Like I always say, practical examples. I put up something, even in a rant, and you guys give me pushback like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like you guys don't see this stuff. Are you kidding me? But anyway, this is a practical example of what I'm talking about. Has nothing to do with black race or white racism against black people. In fact, I'm getting ready to show it to you. The clip I'm going to play from Morning Joe brings that point home glaringly. So anyway, here's the clip from Morning Joe. I might bring back my political content back on this channel and just start deleting people that are going to be assholes. The reason I took the political content off the channel in the first place is because it's getting too many assholes. So I might just be an asshole and put my political content back on the main channel and just start hiding and deleting people. Anyway, here's Morning Joe. Here's a practical example of what I was just talking about.
The wealthiest family in America gets a $52 billion tax break as a result of the repeal of the estate tax.
That's correct.
Tell the American people why you think that's good when you cut Medicaid and you cut programs for kids.
Again, we don't cut Medicaid. We're talking about repealing Obamacare. The results
Throwing
that you
23
mentioned,
million people off of health insurance. That's right?
which is a CBO number that I think you just agreed could be wrong at the outset.
I didn't
of this
agree to
meeting.
that at all.
Listen, if he said, did he say we don't cut Medicaid?
Yes.
That is just a lie. That is a certifiable lie. Now listen, you can debate the 23 million number. You really can. I mean, you can debate, or maybe that's people that choose not to be on accepted. I understand those arguments, right? I disagree with them, but I understand them. But $850 billion is real. Those are real cuts. Why does he keep lying? Why do the Republicans keep looking into cameras and lie? Because who do they think is stupid enough that you can't read the numbers in the Wall Street Journal? Okay, maybe you call this fake news. You can't call this fake news if you're conservative. It's very clear you're cutting $850 billion in Medicaid for the poorest of the poor. If you want to do it, embrace it. Don't lie about it. Stop lying about it. We know you're lying about it. We're not stupid. And you Republicans in the House have been lying nonstop about what you're not going to cut and who's not going to lose health coverage. Okay? We're not dumb. I understand. There has been a coarsening of political culture. I understand that Donald Trump lies all the time. And you're thinking he got away with it, right? And so you can get away with lying? You can't. All right? It's just like Bill Clinton. David Geffen was right. He was an unusually good liar. Bill Clinton somehow survived being a liar and lying every day. Hillary couldn't. You can't. Stop with a coarsening of political culture, okay? You know what the meaning of is, and you know what $850 billion is. So do not go to Capitol Hill and lie through your teeth every day. That's all I got to say. It is it's so maddening. This is my party. My party is going straight to hell politically. They really are. They're going straight to hell. They have embraced the coarsening of culture where the truth means absolutely nothing. Conservative values mean absolutely nothing. Our traditional allies that have stood by us shoulder to shoulder, bleeding and dying, scaling the cliffs of Normandy to free a continent, that means nothing to these people. They will embrace Vladimir Putin and Russia if Donald Trump does. Again, I know Democrats don't like me saying this, but this guy was a Democrat his entire life until he discovered birtherism in 2011. He gave money to Chuck Schumer in 2010. Why do you sell your soul? And not just your political soul. You are selling your soul if you just keep lying about things that you know are not true.
Joe, the president is the behavior in chief.
And that's where this starts. You have a guy who has made over 440 lies since he's been in office. He is setting the agenda. And the scary thing about these numbers, you know, if you're 64 and poor, right now you pay $1,700 a year, $1,700 in premiums. You will go up to $13,000. Think about this. Somebody at home who's 64 and is in middle class or below, that's 8 times the number. But yet, if you ask them and confront them, the answer is no. And the answer is they do assume the American public is stupid. That is the assumption. Starting with Donald Trump, he sits across from every human being and says, I'm smarter than you, and I can say anything.
And how ironic it is that he says that.
Yeah.
What about the words of Douglas MacArthur? Duty, honor, country. Where does that fit in here? Again, I'm not talking about ideology. Be as conservative as you want. If you want to abolish Medicaid, then just say you do and explain to us why. But just tell us the truth. Stop lying and start remembering. Duty, honor, country. That is what should drive you, not some bizarre, obsequious fealty to Donald Trump. And Heidi, the Republicans on the Hill, they know how bad this is. They know that they are headed towards a minority. They know they are lying for a man who will throw them under the bus in a second. And yet they keep doing it. What do you hear on the Hill?
They are just seeing how toxic this health bill, how toxic this budget is becoming. I went to so many news conference across the Hill on this budget, and they are starting to, Democrats paint this health care plan as essentially Darwinian, as Darwinian survival of the fittest, and they can use these numbers from the CBO to back that up. For example, there's no doubt, you can't argue with it, that 1 in 6 people who are the very sickest people in our country are going to have to pay way more for less for their health care coverage as a result of this. They are right, Republicans are right, that the reason why people like us pay less under their plan is because they're taking the poorest, the oldest, and the sickest, and they're putting them into these pools and letting them fend for themselves. That is not insurance. That's not the concept of insurance. Insurance is risk management and spreading it all out, knowing that in society, all of us at one point will be old and sick and maybe poor. But under this plan, the reason why they're right that maybe the rest of us would pay less is because we're segmenting those people out. And now you have Democrats across the Capitol, like Al Franken, calling this Darwinian survival of the fittest healthcare.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.